All right, so 2 periods down. Chicago could really close out the show in this. Make sure that I have the line set up here to start the third period. Of course, neither team will begin with momentum in the third period. The Blackhawks are up 3-1 after 2 periods of play. Crosby actually finally got Pittsburgh on the board late in the second period at 18-19 from Trevor Daley and Chris Kunitz. Before that, it was Chicago in the first period, late in the first period, actually. Christopher Stieg in the second minute of a power play. Penalties have really hurt Pittsburgh in this series. Christopher Stieg scored from Patrick Sharp and Brad Richards at 17:58. And in the second period, Brendan Saw gave Chicago a 2-0 lead. Also a power play goal from Patrick Kane and Jonathan Toews. And then Dumoulin, not an unusual penalty, but was it? Yeah, something like that. Anyway, Dumoulin sucker punched, who was it? Daniel Carcillo, actually. Dumoulin sucker punched Carcillo. Maybe there should have been some additional roll to see if he would have drawn Carcillo into a fight in that case, but I'll assume the officials all stepped in and separated them. But Dumoulin, or maybe Carcillo was hurt on the play, though I didn't have to do an injury roll, or it didn't say that I had to. But anyway, Dumoulin was ejected from the game. Patrick Sharp's also been injured and sent out of this game, so they're each a man short on the roster for this. But Brian Bickell, I think I started to say there, and then I got distracted at the end of the 5-minute, so it's a match penalty for Dumoulin. And so at the tail end of 5, it was Brian Bickell scoring and making it then 3-0 Chicago from David Rumblad and Marian Hossa. So to kick things off here for the third period, hopefully you can still see those. That's going to be a lull, actually, to start things off. And it won't be Malkin's line either. It'll be Crosby's probably to get things going here in the third period. So that's a lull, and I'm going to note a black 5 because I don't have it memorized. With PJ, thank you for sending me the email with the kind of the chart, I guess you call it, the table with how many home shots and how many visitor shots for each lull. Although so far shots and goal after 2 periods, they were 10 apiece in the first, and by my count, which could be a little off, it's 9-8 for the visitor. This is in Pittsburgh for Game 6, so 9-8 for the visitor, meaning 9-8 Chicago in the second period. Anyway, after the lull, we get, lo and behold, another lull. So Chicago's liking this, and that's a black 1. We'll leave on the same lines and try this again where we get a 10. So the 10 is going to be high face-off player. That'll be Toews winning the draw. And a 6, we have a 4-2 zoom. 4-2 zoom, we're looking at Letang and Saad. Quality is hit. Actually, Letang has a hit and Saad does not, so give Pittsburgh momentum, but Chicago had possession, so Pittsburgh will just now have possession and will change. And I ought to note something about that in the score sheet. All right. I've had to change the lineups a little bit since Dumoulin and Sharp have left the game. So yeah, let's just do a little hit and then momentum for home. And let's see, that's an 11. So 2 square symbols, which they don't have, so that will be a play for the offense, in this case Pittsburgh. 11 is 1-3-5. So Kessel with 1 assist, Malkin with 2 assists, but Cole with a double scissors. So 1 scissor would cut it to 1. So this is basically a 0-star shot with another damn 11. So goal. Actually, that's going to be a breakaway going the other way. So I'll note that there was a home play shot and play shot of 1. So breakaway the other way, and for that, that's a 10. So the 10 is 4-1-2, 4-1-2. We're looking at Chalmerson, Hossa. No momentum, but 1 assist and 2 Bickell. So just a 1-star shot back the other way on the breakaway. And that's a 12, though, so that will be the normal minutes roll, I guess. This is where it gets a little murky for me about whether or not to actually advance a minute. So I'm going to do another minute roll. Spectacular save. So assuming that the offense still has the puck, let's say Richards against Fleury, and that's an 8. An 8-1 save. Yeah, so, okay, Fleury's going to make the spectacular save there, and Pittsburgh will keep momentum. And I guess technically they would. Oh shoot! Oh shoot! That was a mistake. They should have had momentum at least for the breakaway going the other way. I'm trying to remember now what the shot was. The shot was a 12, and then the normal minutes roll, and then they had a spec save chance. So it wouldn't have mattered anyway. I got a little lucky anyway. Fleury will save and freeze. There's a flurry of activity there. So breakaway. It was just actually 2 shots. Chicago got 2 shots there. The breakaway shot plus the shot from Richards that led to Fleury making a spectacular save. So I'm still trying to figure out my little acronyms and abbreviations that I want to use for making notes in the score sheet. By my count, we've played 7 minutes here of the third period. We are 5 minutes into this video. We're almost 6. So line change. And for this one here, I think Trevor Daley is going to come on the ice. Pittsburgh's down to 5 defense. So what I do in this case, I mean, if a play comes up involving player number 5, I'll assume that Lovejoy, because Cole just stepped off the ice there. So they don't have temporary momentum. Actually, Pittsburgh's the team with momentum now since Fleury made the spectacular save. So the face-off, that is a 6. That's Visitor winning the draw. Kruger with it here. Another 6, actually, a 5-1 zoom. And the quality we're looking for is 1. The quality is speed. And so again, I'm going to have to look here. It would be Lovejoy. Does Lovejoy have speed? Yes, he does, actually. So that's just going to be a turnover. 2 of the home team. So to home. And we change lines. Bonino comes on. Letang and... again, this is where it gets murky. Lovejoy. We'll put on the second pairing, I guess. This is Sharp's card. Shaw Versteeg. And again, if it comes up, I guess, maybe not Saw, but maybe Bacal is who I'll look to. And Keith and Seabrook step back on. So, but it was turned over to home. So home here with a 9. That's just momentum. They already have momentum, so they're going to maintain possession of the puck. There's really nothing else there. 3 play triangles. They don't have any. Bacal, I don't think, has one. Nope. So if there are no play triangles at all, it's just going to be a lull, actually. So a 3-minute lull here. And we'll have a face-off. And momentum is gone. So face-off 5. Visitor immediate play. Shaw. And again, I'll count Bacal, so 7 secondary. 5, that is 5-2-4. So yeah, 2 Bacal. Bacal doesn't have any assist stars, so 5 Seabrook, but they don't have momentum right now. Seabrook, so 0 and then 4. So 0 star after all that. So 10, that's going to be, that's going to go back Pittsburgh's way. Note that Chicago had a shot here. I'll just write visitor shot for the time being. So 12 minutes, and change the lines, why don't I, before rolling the dice. So Crosby steps back on. And I'll actually put the top line out there. So Crosby, and for Chicago, Taves, Sod, and Kane. Chalmerson, yeah, that's fine. Sure it is. Anyway, so Pittsburgh 2-4 zoom here, and they're looking for 6. That's star. They're both stars, actually. Pittsburgh tie breaks home, so Pittsburgh will have a play. Pittsburgh 4-1-3-4. So Letang will shoot here. Crosby with the assist, so already 3 stars, and 1 is so 1-3. That is going to be a 4-star shot for Christopher Letang here in the 13th minute, and the 3 and the 6 on a 4-star shot. So Pittsburgh's back to within 1. Chris Letang has scored, and I'm not going to note that as meticulously as I would if I were not recording this at the moment. We're already up to almost 10 minutes, but here in the 13th minute, actually, Chris Letang has made this a 1-goal game. So 3-2 is the score. Face off. Chris Letang. I guess that would have been from Crosby and Hornquist. I could make a note of that. Sid Pat. All right. So Chris Letang. Malcolm will come on. And William Otta, Ian Cole. Yeah, Rumblad and Roosevelt. So face-off 3, we get high face-off player winning. That is Richards winning the draw against Malkin here in the 14th minute with a 4. Odd man rush. So we're looking at 2, offense 2. Sure, Bikel can come back on. And he does not have a triangle. So there are triangles in the ice, yes. Yeah, because Malkin and Kessel and Hossa. But if yeah, there's just going to be no shot change possession advanced lines. So basically just a turnover to the home. And okay, so 8 Ice Blast. Looking for, that was a 3 again, so looking for power this time. And assuming that Lovejoy's out there, power, Cole has power, Lovejoy also has power. So we have 1, 2, 3, so power of 4. 1, 2, 3, power of 4. And neither team has momentum, so ultimately the tiebreaker, actually, sorry, Letang scored, whoops. That's right, I'm sorry, Pittsburgh has momentum. So Pittsburgh would get it on tiebreakers anyway. So this, yeah, off the blast, this will be a play. 8s, we're looking at 2, 1, 3. 2, 1, so double scissors. And then Cullen, the 1-star momentum, still a 0-star shot. Oh my goodness, so 6, that's just going to be smothered then, because that would technically have been a 0-star shot. So Crawford maybe getting a little lucky there. That was a home play. And Crawford's going to smother it. Thinking back to Letang's goal, I hope that wasn't a 7 that I was supposed to roll for a spec save for. I'll have to go back and double check. Pittsburgh's done nothing to lose momentum. We simply change lines. And Pittsburgh might be looking to pull the goalie soon. So anyway, I'm going to don't know if we call that a full skip or not. I just feel like these defense units should counteract one another. And look at this. That is a 7. That is a 7 with a black 4. So, because that is from minute 16. I'm going to have to double check. I know it's no lulls in the final 3 minutes, so that's really close. Perhaps controversial. Ugh. Don't know how I feel about that. Maybe that should only be like a 2-minute lull or something like that. Maybe I'll house rule this on the fly. In any case, Pittsburgh loses momentum. They're going to have to pull Fleury. They're going to get their top line out there. Malcolm will be the 6th man. And probably Kessel in place of a defenseman. So probably Letang, Kessel, and Letang, Kessel, Malkin. And then Pittsburgh's top line. So to counteract that, probably, yeah, these 5 here. We'll assume that there was a timeout or something there in the interim. And we'll have a face-off here, and we're going to look at the empty minutes chart momentarily. So I still feel like maybe there should be like a couple minutes left, but in neither event, I would pull Fleury, I guess, with a couple minutes to go. So 6 here. That is a shorthanded team winning the face-off, so this could be over in short order. This could be the series right here. And 5, turnover, offensive team or shorthanded loses possession of the puck. No line change, no time advance, so Pittsburgh getting a little lucky there. And 6 is another zoom, a 4-2 zoom here, so Letang versus Saad, and the quality is, that was a 4, another 4. So the hit actually, so for that, they will get momentum and create a play. And 7, so it's a secondary 3, that is 5-4-2. It won't be Lovejoy though. This is where it gets a little tricky here. Assuming Malkin and Kessel, Crosby, Kunitz, Hornquist, and then Letang. We'll say that Malkin will be the 5, so 5, and then 4 would be Letang. So we're looking at 5-star. This should be a 6-star. Because then 2, yeah, Kunitz, that'll be the 6-star. So 6-star shot. 6-star shot, a 6 and a 2. that will be a play save there for Corey Crawford. And play save there, and that's an 8. So goalie save chart 8. It says stone cold scramble for the puck in front of the goal, and D5 clears it. So I believe that's the game. I mean, again, I really do feel like I shouldn't be lulling it down to one final minute. So maybe we'll say that this is a double shift and we'll play for one more minute. The defense clears it, and that feels fair to me. That feels fair. I think should be something like 16, and it's a 2-minute lull. And like from 17, it's just 1 minute. So 5, another turnover, offense team man advantage or shorthanded loses possession of the puck. So, but you don't advance time there. So with a 2 and a 6, another ice blast. The quality we're looking for is smart. And I got to remember too, this is Malkin and Kessel, and they are each smart. And then smart. Probably Letang as well. So we got 6 smarties out there. And Sod, unfortunately, is not. So that's going to be... They're taking it away, but I don't think if the defender wins, there's no shot they take over the new possession, change lines, and advance clock. So I believe that's your series right there. I'll go back after the fact and have a look at exactly how many shots in goal that would have worked out to in the third period. Sorry if I have made any mistakes. I think I caught a couple on the fly. With the momentum, I'm still a little iffy with this at times when the team should have momentum. And of course, as Steve Towers famously said, once the camera's turned on, you lower 10 to 20 IQ points. So there is that factor as well. But I guess Chicago has won this in 6, so we don't quite get the miracle, the Edmonton, Florida miracle forcing a Game 7. Pittsburgh, credit Letang and Crosby late in period 2. They did come back and they did make it close. This has really been kind of I can't really say this has been the closest or best series of the game. That would go to Game 4 and Sid scoring in overtime. But this has been an interesting one as well. Pittsburgh had to stay out of the box. Penalties really hurt them in this series. So, and I was even, at least in the final, 5-10 minutes of the third period, would have been wary of minor penalties or anything like that. So Pittsburgh hasn't really cost them any penalties that would normally not have been called. I don't think it really affected Pittsburgh here. So I'm just trying to figure out what to say and how to wrap up this video and wind it down. I guess, again, what I always used to say was just anytime, any consideration, it's always appreciated, even if it's never expected. So yeah, that's the series. The 2015 Chicago Blackhawks Stanley Cup champions. They remain, I guess, the champions of the mid-decade, last decade top teams that come with this, or came with my set of Hockey Blast. All right. Cheers. Bye for now.